Ghost of Yotei serves as a magnificent standalone sequel, shifting the focus from Jin Sakai's internal conflict on Tsushima to a new era and a new hero with a much harder edge. The game transports the player to a new setting in 1603 northern Japan that immediately establishes a distinct atmosphere featuring an untamed wilderness and shifting political unrest. Our protagonist Atsu is a lone mercenary haunted by the brutal massacre of her family 16 years prior at the hands of a notorious group of outlaws called the Yotei 6. The narrative is a straightforward, unrelenting quest for vengeance, and it benefits greatly from its clarity and focused intensity. Unlike Jin, whose story was consumed by the moral duality of honor versus the ghost, Atsu is defined by her unwavering resolve. She doesn't wrestle with the dishonor of her methods. She enjoys the slicing, the sneaking, and the sheer power of her legend growing amongst the oppressed people. Structurally, the story offers a welcome degree of player agency. The player can choose the order in which they track and confront 5 of the Yotei 6 lieutenants, leading to a non-linear feel to the central quest and naturally encouraging exploration across the map. While the core revenge checklist plot might be viewed as predictable, Sucker Punch utilizes well-placed flashbacks and emotionally resonant side stories to deepen Atsu's character and provide context for her trauma. This emotional layering ensures that even when the plot beats feel familiar, the emotional payoff of each confrontation feels earned. The combat system in Ghost of Yotei represents the most significant and rewarding evolution from its predecessor. The foundation of swift, parry-focused, and visceral swordplay remains, delivering that intense, cinematic feeling, particularly in the spectacular one-on-one standoffs that precede duels. However, Atsu's fighting style is vastly more versatile than Jin's. The core gameplay loop is no longer centered around a single katana with 4 interchangeable stances designed for specific enemy types. Instead, Atsu wields a full arsenal of diverse weapons, which can be deployed dynamically in combat. You can switch between a single katana, dual-wielding, bows, a spear, a large sword, a chain sickle, and even various guns as you progress later in the game. There is also a vast amount of quick-fire weapons, such as daggers, smoke and scorch bombs, and blinding powder. The expanded toolset prevents the 40 to 50 hour campaign from ever feeling stale. Players are encouraged to master each weapon through dedicated sensei training missions, which not only unlock powerful new techniques and abilities, but also provide rich, character-driven side narratives. The frequent open-world skirmishes and side activities such as bounty hunts for wanted criminals are elevated to exciting, miniature boss battles thanks to the combat's complexity and satisfying fluidity. Ghost of Yotei's open world is nothing short of a graphical masterpiece and a testament to Sucker Punch's dedication to creating a visually guided exploration experience. Iso is a diverse and stunning region, capturing the rugged, wild beauty of northern Japan with its wide, windswept grasslands, dense autumn forests, snow-capped ridges around Mount Yotei, and vibrant fields of wildflowers. This visual spectacle is supported by the PS5's capacities, featuring lightning-fast load times and advanced ray tracing for stunning reflections and shadows. While Ghost of Yotei offers visual splendor and a refined combat system, the biggest criticism centers on its lack of innovation, causing it to feel more like a polished expansion of its predecessor than a true sequel. The formulaic open-world design, which recycles familiar activities like hot springs and bamboo cutting, and a rigid main mission structure that doesn't significantly push the genre forward. Furthermore, the non-linear nature of the narrative, where the player can tackle targets in various orders, can lead to inconsistent pacing and a lack of depth in the central story, making major plot beats feel less impactful or coherent than in the original game. While the world is littered with returning side activities and a host of new ones, their volume still remains a point of contention because of their repetitive nature. Returning favorites, like following foxes and composing haikus, are now joined by several new, culturally rich pursuits. There are campsites where Atsu can set up camp to rest, swap gear, and cook meals using foraged ingredients, which provide temporary stat boosts. By the end of her adventure, Atsu will have participated in everything from quiet, reflective painting to capture the natural beauty of the environment, up to coin-flipping gambling mini-games in an attempt to unlock unique charms. While these activities are charming and offer cultural texture, the core structure remains that of a structure-first open world, a loop of clearing enemy encampments and discovering collectibles. However, the world's sheer beauty, the unique guidance system, and the satisfying combat encounters that spring up during exploration ensure that this loop remains highly addictive and consistently rewarding. Ghost of Yotei is defined by its masterful cinematic presentation. Everything from the wide-angle shots setting up the scene for a duel to the letterboxed framing during horseback travel is a deliberate homage to the great works of Japanese samurai cinema. Sucker Punch fully embraces this visual styling by including special graphics modes that allow players to customize the aesthetics. The classic Kurosawa mode returns with its monochromatic look, while the new, grittier Miike mode drenches the action in thick blood splatters and mud. The game utilizes the PS5 hardware to great effect, deepening immersion beyond graphics. The DualSense controller features haptic feedback that provides tactile sensations for sword clashes, horseback riding, as well as intense audio moments and adaptive triggers that add resistance to the drawing of the bow and the use of the grappling hook. Ultimately, Ghost of Yotei is a confident, beautiful, and much-needed sequel that understands precisely what its predecessor did well and refines those elements. It is less concerned with revolutionizing the open-world genre, which can be seen as both positive and negative, and more focused on delivering the highest possible quality samurai action fantasy. With an expanded combat system, a compelling new protagonist, and a gorgeous new world to explore, it stands as an exceptional showcase for the PS5 and a triumphant new chapter in the Ghost anthology. Ghost of Yotei earns an 8 out of 10.